What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Personal Trainer Network. Today, I am happy to have Sam on the channel, a new face and somebody just new who is going to bring a different light, a different energy to the network. Please let us know who you are and what you're about.
Hey everyone, so my name is Bailey. I'm a personal trainer from Victoria, BC. I love to work about fitness. I'm all about helping people get healthier and happier. And I have started an Instagram page the last while to actually do that to help inspire more people. And I'm using that in my academic studies, well into my bachelor's degree, and then into my master's and PhD following.
Oh, that's awesome. So, did you already do your program and then you're doing your master's now, or are you still in your bachelor's?
I'm in between. So I've just finished up my bachelor's and I'll be starting my master's within the next couple years.
Okay, so what
Yeah.
made you get into personal training? What got you into training in the first place?
I originally started when I was thinking about schooling, I wanted to go more the medicine route. So I started in athletic training or athletic therapy. And
Mm-hmm.
after a while, I found that the clinical side was just not for me. So I moved more into I want to help people build their bodies so they don't have to have these injuries and go see people. So I
Mm-hmm.
switched over to a more personal training view and I just never looked back because I just love to help people more.
Okay. So what is your purpose for training? Like, why do you train? For all the new people out there who are looking for a trainer in your area, what would you say is the thing that motivates you to train people?
What motivates me to train people is I came from an athletic background playing basketball in college. So I
Mhm.
always found that when you train or when you work out, it had to be for an athletic purpose. So
Mhm.
once I started to get out of that and realize, hey, I can make my body stronger, or I'm able to do this much more just in my daily life, I
Mhm.
want to be able to take that and show that to everyone else that working out doesn't have to be sport related. It's just
Mhm.
about making every day better.
Yeah, that's always important. The self-improvement aspect of it, just trying to become the healthiest, best version of yourself is always very important. So I think
Exactly.
that's a really huge message for a lot of people. So for everybody, you can find her link in the description. Her Instagram will be linked, so you guys can go check her out, go follow her, tell her stuff, and stop DMing me, stop asking me questions. I've gotten this is what like the 15th trainer I've got. Like, come on, ask these people, follow them, get to know them, see what they're about. So next question I have for you is what goals do you have when it comes to your career? Like what would you like to be doing? And where do you see yourself going?
Yeah, so my goals now that I finished my bachelor's is to
Mhm.
complete my master's. I'm going
Mhm.
to do a master's of strength and conditioning out at Edith Cowan University in Perth, Australia.
Oh
So once I
wow.
do that, yeah, a little bit of travel.
Mhm.
Once I finish that, I would like to continue working as a strength and conditioning coach with the general population and with teams.
Mhm.
And then from that, I'd like to actually continue on and do my PhD in a strength and conditioning and pathophysiology field, looking at
Mhm.
diseases. And then with that PhD, I want to be able to apply that and do research within the field and help create a change from a more micro level.
That's really awesome. I mean, you definitely have like a hammered out schedule of things you want to do,
Yeah.
and it seems like you're trying to get the heck out of Canada. So I hope
Yeah.
that traveling you really enjoy it. It's
Thank you.
always great to go for your passion and
Yeah.
try to fulfill all your dreams and your goals. So I wish you nothing but success for
Thank
that.
you.
No problem. So last question I have for you is how has social media affected your career and passion when it comes to fitness and everything?
Social media is a funny one because it's actually affected it in two ways.
Mm-hmm.
Positively, it's been able to really grow like my brand of myself. And
Mm-hmm.
so I work with a private local gym here, and I'm able to grow through the people I know at the gym and them spreading word of mouth and growing my social media page and being able to showcase workouts and all that fun stuff. But at
Yeah.
the same time, social media is really tolling to do yourself. And I
Mm-hmm.
understand why lots of people, as they get bigger, will hire people to do it because
Yeah.
it's hard to stay consistent and think, oh, you know what? It's a busy time on Instagram. I need to get a post out so then I can
Mm-hmm.
get more engagement. And it
Mm-hmm.
almost takes away from the healthy aspect I want to put out. But at the
Yeah,
same
exactly.
time, with how the world is, it's such an important piece of branding yourself.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, the thing is there's a lot of misinformation on social media when it comes to fitness and everything, and there's a lot of
Hmm.
trainers that they care more about money and status, and they care more about following than they do about helping people, and it's tough because it's like you can't endorse a product that you don't use or that you don't necessarily believe in
Exactly.
yourself, right? And
Yeah.
a lot of times, like people ask you, "Oh, how do you lose weight? How do you do this?" A lot of trainers are going to say, "I have to have a caloric deficit," and I think for a lot of people, it seems very simplistic, and it's a lot more complex than that. But it really isn't anything
Hmm.
more than a caloric deficit. It's just that's easier said than done for most people because they're so used to eating what they eat, and they don't really like to
Totally.
change it up, you know. So
Yeah. And it's
yeah.
too, looking at portion sizes in North America, the portion sizes tend to be bigger than even in Europe. So
Yeah.
then you're like, oh, I need to be in a caloric deficit, but you might need to be in even more of one. And when you're
Hmm.
following these people on Instagram, I always like to remind people to check if there's qualifications on people's Instagrams. Because
Yep.
it's great. If you're qualified, why not show it off? And then
Hmm.
you know you're getting true knowledge from somebody. But
Hmm.
if you're looking even a caloric deficit, some people
Hmm.
just won't explain that. And
Exactly.
people will be like, what is that? What do you mean? Do I eat
Hmm.
2 meals a day or 1 meal a day?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And that's the thing, like it's not about necessarily doing something that everybody else does. You have to figure out your own thing, figure out how your own body reacts to certain things. That's why it's very important to have a trainer, even if it's for a couple of months, because it can give you the tools and skills you need to go on your own. Because our job as trainers is not to train you for years and years and years. It's to give you skills to go on your own and feel confident,
Hmm.
comfortable in your own skin, right? That's why I always try to talk about lifestyle, improving your
Yeah.
lifestyle. And uh, my big thing that I focus on is trying to get people to become the best version of themselves because that's my passion to help people become best version of themselves. You know, I care a lot more about functionality than aesthetic, you know?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's too, it's really important when you're working with people, like you said, you don't want to be training someone forever. As much as I
Yep.
want to keep my clients with me my whole life
Hmm.
because they're amazing, I want to be
Hmm.
able to, like a bird, let them go and be able to work out confidently on their own too.
Exactly, yeah. Because it's awesome when you see them succeeding and doing well. Either it's
Hmm.
weight loss or weight gain, or they're just getting stronger, right? It's always
Yeah.
awesome to see that. But to me, what I really enjoy is when I coach somebody, and then like 6 months after we done, uh, I see them at the gym, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome, and I see them they're just there
Yeah.
lifting weights and comfortable. I'm like, that's the thing that I enjoy the most, you know?
Yeah. It's that feeling, like as a trainer, it just feels so good. It kind of warms your heart. Like you
Yeah.
said too, you see them, you feel proud. And even too, just when they come in and they're just excited where they might not have been excited before. Because
Hmm.
fitness can be really fun. And I think, especially sometimes with gym PE or just how you grew up, people really
Yeah.
turn away from fitness. And it's nice to see that change.
Hmm. And
Mhm.
like I even did a video with a couple of the trainers, a couple of female trainers, and we talked about like the struggles that women have to go through and everything. And for me, I love having those conversations because I'm always learning, right? Because I like
Yeah.
obviously I'm a guy, I'm not in the body of a woman, so I don't know what it's like for the experience. So I just like to listen and to hear the stuff. Like a lot of women I hear, they're always trying to preach strength training is important. Strength training is important. You're not going to get bulky. You're not going to look like a man. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you think people would know it by now, but they really truly believe that, you know?
Yeah. It's so
Exactly.
hard because so many people see, like, there's such a huge aesthetic look to working out because
Yeah.
bodybuilding's been around for so long and people are like,
Hmm.
well, I don't want to look like that. And the reality is it's so hard to get to that level. So props to anyone who
Exactly.
does bodybuilding. But if you just
Hmm.
start working out, it'll take you years and years of training. So it kind of
Hmm.
takes away that stress if you're like, hey, you just have to start and
Hmm.
that's advanced.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what's funny is if you look at a lot of female power lifters, they're not big bulky. Like a lot of them
No.
are lean, they're muscular, they're built, but they look really good and they still have a very I guess feminine physique, is the
Yeah.
best way to describe it, right? And that's why I'm always like, whenever I see a female power lifter, or for
Hmm.
instance, like bodybuilder, I'm like, you know, you really are on your stuff, because you have to get to a certain place to just even be there. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Like it's
yeah.
insane dedication and just work ethic. And
Mm-hmm.
female athletes are absolutely incredible for that because
Mm-hmm.
it's not harder as a female, but there is other obstacles to work with, which
Mm-hmm.
makes it a really interesting journey to see someone, especially females, grow and build their body stronger.
Exactly that, and it's very important to see both sides, see both perspectives as a trainer, because it
Yeah,
helps you sort of be the best version of yourself. Because what people don't realize is we're constantly learning too. Just because we got an education, just because we got some degrees, or some people have certifications, doesn't mean that we don't constantly still learn. Like, I
yeah,
don't know necessarily about you, but a lot of trainers I know are constantly doing research. They're doing online programs, online classes. So
yeah. I do that too. I have my little sports medicine journals all lined up on my phone, and I'll read the articles as if I'm reading the
yeah,
newspaper every day. Yeah,
exactly. Because we always want to learn, we always want to improve, and science is constantly changing. So certain things that we learned when we were in school may not be true now. So it's always important.
exactly.
You know.
Yeah. It's crazy how fast the information changes about the human body. It's one subject.
Exactly.
That's why I'm so happy to continue my studies all the way through in it, because
hmm
I'm sure that I'll learn something new every class I take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to thank Bailey for being a part of this. Everybody, make sure you guys go follow her, go show her some love and support. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see more Bailey, let me know. Leave a like, comment, and go follow her. And I would love to have you back on the channel.
I love that.
So thank you again, and everybody, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.